Let's get salty!
Hey everyone, Zeddy here again today with a brand new video, and with the card reveal season going to start up in a big way, so I thought it would be a good time to do what we do at the end of every expansion cycle and take a look at the latest expansion, go through class by class, see what every class did, and determine, at least in my opinion, you guys could share your own in the comments below, whether you thought Voyage to the Sunken City was a success or a failure. Before we get into that, of course, we do have our giveaway going on for Murder Castle Nathra. I'm giving away 2 mega bundles, 2 regular pre-orders out of my pocket. All you have to do is like and comment in the video in the description below, as well as subscribe to the channel. As well, if you want, you can enter my Twitter giveaway, which is courtesy of Hearthstone, Blizzard themselves, of 2 regular pre-orders. I'll link this one below if you want to enter it. And there's going to be more giveaways going on once Theory Crafting starts. We'll have a bunch of mega bundles to give away. So lots of giveaways going on. So get in there. Make me go broke. Subscribe to the channel. But yes, we've had the Sunken City. It's been out for nearly 4 months. And I thought, again, we go class by class, kind of see what everything did throughout the history of this expansion and determine, was it a good one? So Demon Hunter has been very strong throughout the entire expansion cycle. We saw aggro Demon Hunter dominate with Drekthar, which got nerfed this expansion, but still stayed very strong with additions like in the mini set with Fossil Fanatic, Herald of Chaos. Lady Athena has turned out to be an incredible legendary, whether it's in an aggro list, a Fell Demon Hunter list, anything. It's an incredible card. We saw Multi-Strike added to the game. It was originally 1 mana. That also got nerfed. Also a crazy burn like Predation. Bone Glaive certainly saw play. And Zelag started off as one of the worst Colossals, got buffed, and is now one of the best ones. However, not everything's worked out. We saw this weird Taunt Battlecry package with Coil Scar. Topple the Idol came out in the mini set, which basically made no sense. It's a weird big clear. And one of the worst cards from the mini set went to Demon Hunter in Abyssal Depths, but overall, Demon Hunter had aggro to play, mid-range stuff. Death Rattle Demon Hunter has seen play here or there. So for Sunken City, Demon Hunter was one giant success. Druid's been another big story throughout a lot of the expansion. It was breaking the game originally, mainly through additions like Aquatic Form, Dozing Kelp Keeper, and more importantly, we had Miracle Growth in at 7 mana, but basically the pre-existing cards from the prior sets really carried Druid, with a lot of cards not seeing play, like Hedra, one of the worst legendaries in recent times, as well as Kolak being the worst Colossal, and this whole like token strategy with like Herald of Nature, Spirit of the Tides, Flipper Friends, or even Green Thumb Gardener have not really panned out. So overall, despite the fact that Druid has been very good throughout the expansion, it was more or less because of prior stuff carrying it. So I would give Druid a middling grade during this expansion. Hunter finally got enough support in this expansion to elevate Big Beast Hunter to playability through the Colossal minions. And by the way, I'll just say straight out, the Colossal's the main addition, like the big mechanic of this expansion. Huge thumbs up. I think they've been great. They've been fun. I don't see people complaining that much about them outside of Nelly, which got nerfed. We'll get to that. But overall, Colossal's definitely awesome. But you saw Jarn Saber, really strong card. Harpoon Gun got buffed, even though it probably didn't even need it. But regardless, very solid. And we've seen cards such as Naga's Pride, Ancient Kraken Bane see play. I'll just say that the big downside for me of this expansion was cards like Barb Nets and Raj, making Quest Hunter so good with the combination of Drekthar. Again, it got nerfed and is still seeing play in a 40 card variant with Renathal. So Hunter definitely enjoyed Voyage a ton. Mage was all about 2 things, mechs and Nagas, and both performed very well. Nagas so well that this card was originally 4 mana 2/5, nerfed to 5 mana 2/6, and well, Naga Mage is dead. So that basically makes me sad because I enjoy playing that deck a lot. Commander Servara, more of a problem in Wild, but yes, the Gaia the Tectonic, Seafloor Gateway, Mecha Shark, the bane of many people's existence. But yes, Mech Mage, Naga Mage, and Big Spell Mage eventually emerged, although you can't really credit any of the cards that were given to Mage for that this expansion. But overall, Mage definitely loved Sunken City, and I think for the most part it was relatively healthy. Paladin's another class that has absolutely loved this expansion. Mech Paladin, both Standard Wild, incredibly good with like Radar Detector, Seafloor Savior, but Holy Paladin, also an incredibly good deck throughout the entire expansion life cycle, particularly with cards like the Leviathan. Leviathan just absolutely incredible, coupled with Cariel from the prior expansion, or even a Garden's Grace to give a good win condition with the Mr. Smite Paladin. Lots of good stuff to do, whether it's Holy Paladin, how even Reno Paladin has seen play, and of course all all the mech stuff. Definitely Paladin loves Sunken City. Priest has been struggling. Priest has struggled, but Serpent Wing, which got buffed later on, has been a really strong deck in Standard, not super played, and Switcheroo was so good it had to get banned from Wild and nerfed, however, is basically a fringe card in certain decks. But again, we saw Priest struggle a lot. Blackwater Behemoth had to get buffed, Whirlpool got buffed, and now you're seeing Quest Priest as like a tier 2 deck, the Wig Priest as like a tier 1, tier 2 deck. Despite its struggles, Priest has kind of thrived a little bit in the Sunken City. It just took quite a while to get going. Rogue has been really strong. They got really good pirates. Jackpot came out in the mini set and really changed things up when combined with Swiftscale Trickster. And Swordfish has been an absolute meta tyrant in Wild with Cutlass Courier. Ajaran Vessel has been super strong. Blood in the Water sees play. Krakatoa is one of the best colossals out there. And surprisingly, Hook Tusk too slow. Doesn't see a ton of play, but still really good card. So yet another class that has had a lot of different stuff to do and has really thrived throughout the expansion. Shaman, another class really carried by Snowfall Guardian from prior expansions, but we've seen Schooling emerge as a really good card. We've seen burn variants with Scalding Geyser, Bioluminescence. Clownfish came out in the mini set, really giving Shaman a ton of flexibility with control variants with a Mutanist and all of that, or just going full on aggro. Glug has been a really solid card, even if it might be a little bit underwhelming. And Coral Keeper was a card a lot of people thought would be really strong, is one of the kind of the fails so far for Shaman. Just getting those 3/3s. There's just better stuff to do, as this card on paper seemed really good. And Spine Enchanter, literally forgot this is a card until we just looked at it right now. But overall, Shaman again thriving in this expansion. Warlock definitely has been the biggest struggle. Murloc Warlock, although okay, really hasn't been good, and it really wasn't a thing before. And then Curse Warlock required 2 buffs to be at the point where it's playable, but still not very good. Gigafin, an incredibly good card in Wild. I expect it to get better in Standard as time goes on. And we got Commander Ulfuck in the mini set, which has been absolutely a dreadful card. So Warlock, definitely the biggest fail of the expansion, and a lot of the archetypes are either not doing very well or just really not liked. People do not enjoy facing curse decks. It's not really a great experience. And then we had Warrior. Warrior was so unbelievably good, it got nerfed a bunch of times because of, well, From the Depths. From the Depths was the powerhouse card of this expansion, dredging, discounting cards by 15, as much as 15 in the bottom 5, get them out of the bottom, do disgusting things. We saw Tidal Revenant be a surprise card, getting nerfed, losing 3 armor, and then Nelly basically getting destroyed because Nelly could give you a 1-mana Mr. Smite reliably and kill your opponent. The weapon stuff with Lady Ashfane saw play, but once From the Depths got nerfed, it kind of disappeared. And basically a lot of the other cards, if you take a look at a lot of the other Warrior cards, like example being Trenchstalker, basically sees no play. Clash of the Colossals, basically a giant meme, as well as the Fires of Zinajari, but Forge of the Flame, really good cheap draw, and of course some other good tools. I think Warrior thrived. It just thrived too much and it got killed. So after going through all 10 classes, you can see that basically all of them have had their time to shine. Most of them had multiple archetypes playable. I think Voyage to the Sunken City has been one of the best expansions we've had in recent memory. It's got some goodwill back from a lot of players after the disaster that was United in Stormwind, and I'm really hopeful that Murder Castle Nathria follows this trend of just a lot of cool, different, fun stuff to play. And if it gets out of control, we nerf it in the butt and we move on to the next broken thing. And overall, I think it was a great expansion. I'd love to hear what you guys think in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Have a great day. Stay salty, my friends.